It's a state of emergency, everybody. It's a state of emergency. The Human Rights Campaign, which is a far-left nonprofit, declared its first ever state of emergency on June 6th for LGBTQ plus people. Yeah, really. And I'm sure, because this is Pride Month and everything, and so I'm sure you can guess as to why it's such a state of emergency, right? You know, exactly. Like we see every day. LGBTQ people are being so persecuted, right? They're big victims. Biden says they're the most courageous people there are. They must be going through something really hard, right? No, they say that it's because there's over 500 pieces of legislation that have been passed, or that have been introduced, and over 75 that have been passed that are, quote, anti-LGBTQ. Well, you want to know the reality? Anti-LGBTQ can usually, depending on the legislation, but for the most part, you can replace it with one of any three of these options. Replace it with being pro-woman, pro-children, or pro-objective truth, and it means the same thing. Because a lot of these pieces of legislation are trying to support women, trying to support children, protect children, and support the idea that there's an objective truth that men are men and women are women and you can't change that. Those would be better labels. But the legislation that they're referring to declare the state of emergency is things like Florida's anti-groomer bill. The one that everybody calls it the don't say gay bill, that kind of crap. No, it's the one that prevents teachers from talking about their sexuality in the classroom. Yeah, that's what apparently is super detrimental. And they also have other legislation that they talk about, and a lot of it has to do with the transgender ideology. They say that transgender sports bans, child sex change bans, and saying that you have to use the bathroom with your real biological sex are pushing trans people to, quote, this is a real thing that they said, quote, to. They said, because of those legislations, trans people are losing access to life-saving medical care, comprehensive and inclusive education, and activities, spaces, and facilities. This is a bold-faced lie from the Human Rights Campaign, everybody. It's a bold-faced lie. First off, they said that because of transgender sports bans and having you use the bathroom with your biological sex, they said that you're losing access to life-saving medical care. That's not true. Doctors have a legal obligation through things like the Hippocratic Oath to treat anyone who is dying with life-saving medical care. If you are dying and a doctor refuses you service, they are opening themselves up to billion-dollar lawsuits, possible jail time, losing their license. So no one's getting denied life-saving medical care. What they're trying to say is you can't get the cosmetic surgeries or the hormone pills if you're a kid. That's what they're saying. Wanting puberty blockers or to remove your body part is not life-saving. It's cosmetic. So what is this whole state of emergency about that the Human Rights Campaign is pushing out here? It's a publicity stunt, everybody. It's a cry and whine from a prominent progressive organization to push an un-American agenda, an anti-woman, an anti-children, and an anti-truth agenda. It's a publicity stunt. There's no actual state of emergency here. They're just trying to make headlines in their first ever state of emergency declaration. That's what they're doing. It's crap. It's a publicity stunt and it's crap. Nothing else to say about that. But we're coming to the end of the show, guys. I really appreciate you guys listening, tuning in, and supporting me. Thank you so much. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.